Now in its seventh week, Russia's invasion of Ukraine continues to stun the world in its brutality and in the Ukrainian people's determination to defeat Moscow. Joanna Rogulska, Vice Provost and Dean of Global Affairs at UC Davis, as well as a professor of gender and women's studies, is with me now live. Welcome back to Fox 40 News at 11.
Thank you so much for having me.
We first visited about this conflict 2 weeks in. Did you think we would get to week 7?
Well, I think the answer is really complicated, yes and no. Because the strategy is really to flatten, destroy, eliminate, weaken, break Ukraine. And that is far more difficult than President Putin imagined, that there will be actually to break the spirit of the nation. And the nation that is resolved, that will exist and will fight. And no, because it is incomprehensible that in 21st century we have an attack on a sovereign country, that one dictator can actually impact the entire world, and ultimately, no matter what people will say, there will be no one on this planet who will not be affected one way or the other by the war that Russia instigated. So, and another no, also because we do have democratic institutions. They exist. They function, right? Economic sanctions do function. The political leaders are ready to engage. And of course, we see some breaks, so there is no total unity. We see cracks with India or China, right? Indonesia and so forth. So it's a very complicated, actually, yes and no.
It definitely is. Your native Poland is welcoming thousands who are fleeing the inhumane things happening on the ground, perhaps the worst being the massacre in Bucha, which the president of Russia is denying. President Biden has just started calling what's going on genocide. Does the use of that term literally change the international dialogue about what's happening there? Does it matter that he's using that term now? He's already accused President Putin of war crimes.
Well, I actually think it does matter from a symbolic point of view for sure. It will be up to the international court system to decide is this genocide, is this crimes against humanity. We have numerous unfortunate examples of the past. Where we had Rwanda, where we have former Yugoslavia, where the International Criminal Tribunal engaged. So there are examples of how the international court system is handling those cases. But just today, actually, there was a report issued by the Organization for Security and Cooperation in Europe, and it does acknowledge that the violation of human rights took place, that clearly this is a very clear attack on the nation, on individuals, and on the civilians. And I think this point is very important, what the OSCE is saying, that if it wasn't the attacks on the hospitals, on the multi-story residential building, on the variety of cultural properties, schools, and so on, the level of casualties will be much, much lower. So clearly there is a deliberate attack. And of course, this is attack on Ukrainians. So when President Biden is saying, is that this is an attack on the ethnic group.
President Putin has to be embarrassed that his massive army has not been able to just roll over the military forces, and in many cases the ordinary citizens of Ukraine who've taken up weapons. He took part of Kyiv but then has backed out because he couldn't hold it. What now is your opinion that it's ahead for this front in this war?
Well, I think what is happening, right, there's a clear shift toward the eastern borders and eastern part of the Ukraine, and the attack on to conquer really the Donbas region. And the current, what we hear is that over the next week, 10 days, we will see far more large-scale offensive on the east. but also on the south, right? Because we have a Mariupol city where there has been fighting going on throughout the entire time. And it's a very critical city because it is an access to the sea, and that's obviously it's very strategic point. But I think what is also happening is that this is about a attempt to really disrupt Ukrainian logistical movements, capacity, and so forth. So it simultaneously destroy as much as you can. So they actually internally the infrastructure will not be functioning in order to defend, and then move toward the east and south to continue the attacks on really with the goal to appropriate the sovereign territory. And this is something what's happened in Georgia, as we know.
And just quickly before we run out of time, despite his own personal bravery and that of his countrymen, President Zelensky recently said that they're, quote, running out of time and that Ukraine is not getting what it needs to, quote, end the war sooner. Again, we're almost out of time. What do you think it needs, and where should that need be supplied from?
Well, I think the most important is the world unity, and that unity is cracking right now. And as I mentioned earlier, and then of course is continuous supplies, but also humanitarian support. It's not only about the arms, because in order for people to survive and be able to engage, they need humanitarian supply, the hospital, food, and so forth.
All righty. Unfortunately, this is a situation that not only you and I, but the rest of the world will be watching, hopefully for a shorter amount of time than longer. But we will see and have you back for more analysis. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.